Hey guys, in this one we are talking about the asymmetric tonic neck reflex, or the ATNR, in older kids and even adults in some cases, and how we can give you the proper exercises to remediate this reflex if it's still hanging out in your child or a family member, or maybe this is you. So I'm sure we've gone over some of the specifics in the office, but to supplement what we said earlier, and just to remind you in case it seemed like a lot of information thrown at you at once, I'm going to review that with you and then also show you a demonstration of what I want your kids to do. So number one, we're going to start off with an exercise called the lizard, and you should be focusing on turning the head towards the side of the reflex, where the reflex is present. So we've done the testing in the office, we've turned the kid's head one way or the other, or maybe you, and I said, hey, it's on the left, so I want you to be turning to the left, doing both sides, but really focusing on watching that, in this example, left side get better as you go through the exercise. And remember, the key here is to not fatigue or exhaust the nervous system. If the reflex is present in the beginning when we're doing these lizard exercises, it's going to cause some fatigue or maybe even anxiety or something where you feel overwhelmed, it's too much stimulation. That's when you want to stop. It's not really like working out where you want to push past that threshold or that ceiling to try to create an adaptation response, but you actually want to stop when the nervous system seems fatigued. Rest. Later that day or maybe the next day, try it again and see if you can do more reps. And eventually these reflexes are going to go away and the brain is going to be better balanced, the nerve signals are going to be firing properly, and you'll notice a lot of these symptoms like ADHD and dyslexia and reading and learning disabilities and behavioral disorders and immune challenges and sleeping problems and all this junk, you'll see that stuff start to melt away as a result of the underlying neurological dysfunction being corrected. So let's start with this lizard exercise. So the lizard is step one. It's the easiest exercise, especially in young kids, to start them on to remediate the ATNR reflex. So what you're going to do is you're going to lie on your belly, and you want to start your hands at your sides and your feet down like this. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with your face down. You're going to turn your head to one side, and at the same time that you turn your head to one side, you're going to lift the arm and the leg into flexion, into 90-degree angles on that same side, and then you're going to go back face down all at the same time. So again, you're going to do it like this. And then you're going to go to the other side. Now, you'll see that this takes some core strength. So if your child is lacking that, they will develop it. But the goal here is not just to develop their muscles, it's to develop their coordination, their ability to send nerve signals down in the proper way. If the reflex is there, it's going to be tough for them to do this. What you'll see is they'll turn their head, they'll go arm and leg, or maybe they turn their head and the leg goes at the same time, and then the arm goes later. We want it simultaneous as best as possible. So boom, boom, as they're face down. You'll notice that if that reflex is present on the left side, for example, they will have no problem doing it on the right side, and then they go to the left, and it's like all broken up. So what you want to look for is that exhaustion point for them to stop, but eventually as you do these exercises over and over and over, you'll notice that they get better at coordinating it all at the same time. So just to kind of demonstrate what it would look like if they're struggling, I hope this camera angle's all right. If they're struggling, it's going to look something like this, or like this, right? Or, one of these. That would be probably more severe. And then they go to the right side, the good side, and it's like perfect. So that asymmetry is what we want to work on. Now, eventually they're going to get really good at this, and we're going to graduate them to the next level. If you're at this point, stop the video, only do these exercises. But if you're at the next level, then you want to go to part 2 of this video and watch for the cross crawl exercises.